you're probably all aware of Pietilä, know the basic stuff about it. So, so this was one of the Nokia's projects. Well, not actually Nokia's, but Nokia provided us with the brief and so on. So local body is a concept of an ecosystem that consists of different elements, of which the mobile application is probably the most essential one. The idea of the application is to work as a mobile city guide for tourists and travelers. During the summer we managed to also, in addition to the concept, we created a prototype of the mobile application for the Nokia N97 mobile phone with the S60 Qt framework. But instead of trying to explain the whole thing to you, I thought I'd just show you a small video clip of the prototype in action. So, so as you can see soon, the main user interface doesn't have a map, but instead a radar. And this is because our focus was not on giving route guidance to users, but instead show the users what kind of points of interest are around him in a way that is easy as possible to discern. We think that map is not possibly the best solution to this. Map is very good for giving route guidance, but it might be it has too many elements to effectively see what kind of places are around. So these icons shown here are these points of interest. Now each of these places also has a full info page that has the detailed description of that place, including a photo gallery and some tags attached to that point of interest. In regards to the content, we took a Wikipedia-like approach. Users can therefore create new points of interest in their current location and also edit the existing ones, and almost any information on them also. Now the way we decided to define the nature of these points of interest was to attach tags to them instead of just labeling them the usual way, like this here is a restaurant or this here is a museum. Because when you think about it, in reality places can't be really defined that simply. Take for example the museum center Vaprikki, located here in Tampere. Vaprikki is built inside an old industrial building, and it houses different museum collections, and there's also a cafe that serves lunch. There's a shop that sells books and souvenirs. So a point of interest representing Vaprikki could have tags like museum, historical, architecture, industrial, cafe, lunch, bookstore, souvenir shop attached to it. So now what we can do with this is enable the user to filter these points of interest by using these tags. Now the user can either use tags that have a very concrete meaning, like a museum or a restaurant, or use more abstract ones like art or historical, which can yield more varied results. Like for example, if you would use a tag like art, you could get, in addition to museums, you could get bookstores that sell art books, or cafes that have possibly some involvement in arts or anything. So it's more unpredictable, but it can also be more satisfying with the end user. Yeah, so the user can also keep track of places that are further away, because if you notice, the radar display only has a perimeter of 500 meters. So if you're, for example, a tourist in a foreign city, it would be very convenient to be able to keep track of where your hotel is and how far away is it. So, so to do this, the user can checkpoint a point of interest, which then appears on the horizontal bar above the radar. Now, by activating the checkpoint, the user can then keep track of the direction and the distance to that place. As you can see there, I'll just show it again. Like this is a bit of a crude video, but it appears there, the activated checkpoint on the outer orbit of the radar. You can't see it here, but it has the distance as a numerical value in the center. And if it moves behind the user, then it'll just show up as a sort of like an arrow that it's behind the user. So that was basically the most important features of the prototype. Currently, I'm working on different business models for this project. The basic idea is to found a startup company around this concept during the spring and also continue it as a proto project. So at the moment, I'm looking for new members to the team, especially programmers that have experience in mobile software development. So yeah, that's it.